Oh my gosh, y'all, it is the middle of October and it is absolutely beautiful here on Vancouver Island. We're going to be seeing weather like this for the next week still. We're hitting the 70s during the day, which is, I don't know, I think like 20 in Celsius. I don't know. I lived in the US for so long that I still do Fahrenheit and inches and feet, even though I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. That is just the way it is. So anyway, it is a beautiful October day, and I'm going to give you a tour of the garden. Ah, something flying into my head. Let's have a look at the garden. My leeks, they're all ready to be harvested. I need to get them pulled up in the next day or two. Here are my peppers, and I've been letting them go, but look at what happened last night. Like, these didn't have any peppers on them, and it's funny because the deer actually left the peppers that were on here alone, but you can see that somebody came by and just nibbled on a few pepper plants here. So yeah, there's that. Now the herb garden, this, you can see what we've done here. So we did not like the huckleberries. They tasted horrible. And the more we looked into them, the more we realized that that's not something that we wanted to take up space. I thought they were something completely different than what they ended up being, but I don't want to waste the space in my garden to have those there if I'm not going to use them. So we went ahead and pulled them out and didn't do anything with the berries, just tossed them. I guess I should have pulled the berries, but why? Why make stuff out of things that you're not going to eat? I just don't get that. So, you know me, I like to try new things in the garden, but sometimes they don't work out, and you just gotta pick up and move on. But anyway, done over here is brought in. We took out the berries, obviously. The pumpkins were taken up, and the potatoes over there were taken up. And so all that's left here now are my lilacs and all my herbs. So there is my sage, and you can see, like, they're getting to be bushes. I need to... There's my little sage sign. Sage. Yeah, and then here's my thyme. And again, like, it's getting to be a little bush, right? I can come out here and harvest some of it, but I've got so much thyme already. What do I do with it? There's my oregano plants, and these should have seeds. Are they seeds yet? Let's see. Yeah, I think those are, yeah, there's some seeds. Well, let's toss them out. This will spread. I gotta come and harvest the oregano because I don't have a lot left. I should have harvested it before it flowered, but I like to let it flower. Rosemary is looking good. And the lamb's ear. Now, I've been reading up on the lamb's ear, and apparently it's edible. So I'm gonna pluck off just part of one of these leaves, and I'm gonna give it a taste. They said it was kind of a combination between an apple and something else. I don't think I'd eat it as greens. I don't like greens anyway, so cooked greens are not my thing. And y'all know I'm growing this for the toilet paper factor, but apparently it makes a great Band-Aid, and used to be used back in the day for Band-Aids. It feels wonderful. And it also has other medicinal and healing properties. So I may take some and dry it just to have it. Because why not? My parsley is also getting huge. It'll come back next year. I need to come in here and, I need to come out here and spray with some neem oil. I've had a lot of people comment in the past about how neat my garden is. And let me tell you something, it is not me that keeps the garden neat. It is Dave. He is the one who's ready to rip out the plants and cut everything down and get it covered and keep it looking good. That's just who he is. So, and I love him. I love him so much, but yeah, he does work a little bit too hard sometimes. But yeah, so it looks clean and neat, and if you don't look too closely, you can see like I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it more closely here, and this corner here could use some more bark. I'll show you. You can see bits of the cardboard are sticking up here and there. So, but we probably won't get any more bark in until spring, but we'll bring another few loads out here in the springtime and decide what we're going to plant. We need to plant something there. We need to plant something there. And yeah, that'll be it. I'd like to have one tree, so I'm thinking about putting the tree here, because then later in the day it'll shade this side. It'll shade this side over here. It'll shade that side over there. And then I'm thinking about blueberries, or I would love to have kiwi, but Dave doesn't like kiwi, so there's no point growing kiwi if Dave won't eat it. I don't think Mom likes it much either, so. Anyway, any ideas? I'm thinking blueberry, possibly. Get 2 or 3 little blueberry bushes in there. I know you have to have at least 2. I could possibly do 3 there in a little triangle. And then some kind of a fruit tree there. So here's my little apple tree. And if y'all will remember, I started this from a seed. So this is its 3rd year, will be its 3rd winter. And I've got it in here with my rhubarb, which, I don't know, something's eating the crap out of it. Probably slugs would be my guess. But I don't really care. I might try to pull it up and get rid of it. I don't know. Almost time to come pull my little thingies out. Grape leaves are starting to die off. I'm just leaving them. I've tasted the grape leaves and they taste good too and would make a good addition to a salad. So one of my goals for next year is to have something growing where I can just go and pluck a salad out of the garden just for the day, you know, that day's salad. I'm going to start some of that inside over the winter, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, this little guy needs some water. But look at this. I have ground cherries. Even though I didn't plant any. Tomatoes are about done. Plants are starting to die off. I need to get in here and do a final pick. These tomatoes as well. And these, and my basil, I've just let it go to seed. I have so much basil. Bunky, we don't eat that much basil. We're only 3 people. I've got, I guess it's a quart. I have a quart-sized jar of dried basil already from this summer. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all of my basil, but I am going to let it go to seed. And we'll see what happens with it next spring, see if it comes up again. Oh, and my celery just keeps coming back. I guess I'll probably harvest that too. Sometime in the next week or so. And my chamomile, and I'm just letting it go to seed too. It looks like I need to come out here and do some watering. I'll maybe do that tomorrow. Here's today's harvest. Bunch of tomatoes. A basket full of herbs, and still more out there, and a bucket full of leeks. And that is my garden tour for mid-October. Can you believe that we're still getting this kind of weather up here in Canada? Of course, I'm over on the west coast of Canada, or off of the west coast of Canada, but still, it's mid-October and we're still hitting 70s and we're not getting freezing temperatures. We're not even getting down below 50. Well, we are just starting to get below 50s at night. So my tomatoes will still sit out there on the vine for a little while, except those cherries, because the plants are starting to die. But yeah, everything is looking good. Everything's getting cleaned up for fall. I'm super excited about all the harvest. Oh my gosh, now the work begins, right? I get tomatoes coming out of my ears. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the tomatoes that I have. I have so many tomatoes. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on what I make with my tomatoes. And I'm going to say thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today, checking out my garden. You know, I appreciate you coming in and seeing what I got going on, giving me somebody to talk to, and I hope that you'll have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye now.